Okay, you're on.
Hi everyone, Sarah here from the Paper Cut. It is Thursday, October
I'm
9th, I think. My mom is here with me. Her computer's being testy.
as always,
Or
lately.
it's older and it's not cooperating. It's just tired. So
She's so tired.
it's so tired, but she likes it. So it's one of those little tablety things. Anyways, let's see. Can see myself, so let's see. It's so tired, but she.
Oh, I hear you.
Okay, yep. So we have video and we have sound. So hi, happy Thursday. Let's see. First, an update. Um, Warehouse sale orders. We are so close. I thought we would finish them, but we're so close. So I'll be working on Saturday, getting some out, and then the rest will go out on Monday because most of those are bigger ones. So they'll either go out UPS or Speedy because there's no mail on Monday because I think it's Columbus Day. Is that what's on?
Veterans Day? Or...
No, Veterans Day is in November. So I think
Oh.
it's Columbus Day. I don't know. It's some day that there's no mail. So, but yeah, I'm coming in on Saturday. So that brings me to our other thing. Yeah, we're very close. Like I think Brian's got most of them, but it's like boxing and double checking and all that good sort of stuff. So that brings me to Crafter's Classroom because Jennifer called and said that they were waiting for stuff and I was scrambling to get my kits done because it's hard getting the kits done and all the warehouse sale orders. And so it was either stop warehouse sale orders, get my kits done and ship them out. But then Jennifer called and I was like, perfect. So we went back to shipping kits or shipping orders and kind of put off the kits. So that's what I'm working on is getting the kits done to get those out on Saturday with orders. And then, like I said, the other bigger ones will go out on Monday, UPS or Speedy, and should get there on time then too, because I kind of looked at shipping times and stuff like that. So that's where we're at. Everything will exit here by Monday. That will be all the warehouse sale orders and class kits, if not Saturday, or if they're not on their way already, except for the kits. So, oh, Jean Clark said yes, Columbus Day. So, anyways, that's where we're at. I underestimated by a little, but like I said, it's just Brian and I, so we've been kicking butt, getting them out, and we're almost there. So, sorry for the delays. They'll get to you. So, and then next week, well, so that brings us to Monday. You'll see me on Thursday because we delayed Crafter's Classroom by a week, but I will be on the cruise. So I'm not doing my Crafter's Classroom from the cruise. I said I can do it, but it has to be on Thursday. So next week, Thursday, will be a longer day
Okay.
because it will be our October, it'll be our Crafty Christmas. So,
Yeah, all right.
okay. So,
Works
and then
for me.
on Friday, I'm flying out. Saturday is my cruise. Brian's taking the whole week off too, sitting in a tree stand, unless he gets a deer right away. So, anyways, so yes, we are not shipping any orders the following week because nobody will be here unless my mom wants to come in and ship
I'm
orders.
not coming in. I'm taking paperwork home, and I may or may not do it.
Yeah, there you go. You take the week off too. So,
Oh, I'm starting my dance.
yeah. Anyways, speaking of dance, you need to get some posted because you never posted those.
Yeah, I gotta get those posted.
So,
No, I know
anyways,
they are.
let's go down to the table.
Okay,
Okay.
maybe I'll look for those soon.
Okay.
You're over it. You're over it.
I'm here.
You're there.
Okay. So here's 3 of the cards, which I showed last week. The 4th card is in production, so I don't have that one here. But there were optional add-ons. I did run out of the snowflake stencil and the tree stencil and the white ink pad. So I'm pretty sure I can get more of the snowflake stencils and the tree stencils, but they just won't get to you on time because they'll have to come from Brass and Bliss. So anyways, and then I do have an alternative for the white ink pad too. So if you are in the situation that you want to order and you didn't and you need the snowflake stencil and the tree stencil and you want the white ink pad, then that's an email me situation, and we can get it figured out. So anyways, here we go. Tonight we are doing a baseball themed card because the Brewers are in the playoff, or in the, I don't do a lot of baseball. I mean, I watch baseball, I know baseball, but I don't know all of the terminology for whether it's the playoffs. Heather's on here, she can tell us.
Tell us, because
I don't know if it's the race for the pennant or if they already got that, and then it's the World Series is what they're trying to get into. And if they would have won last night, they would be on to the next thing, but they didn't, so now they're playing again. So anyways, we're doing a baseball themed card, and that's why my colors are blue and gold, or as gold as I can get. And we're doing a mini slimline card, and I did do a little bit of die cutting ahead of time, but the other thing that I wanted to do was this simple pop out for the inside. So I think I'm going to attach the baseball bat to the inside, and it's this simple pop out die which was on sale during the sale. So I'm going to add that to the inside, and we're doing some embossing, because I wasn't sure if I was going to do a background or embossing, but these have these little diamonds on it, which I thought was perfect for baseball. So here we go. I made a layer. So I'm doing a mini slimline. I was going to do a slimline, but I just decided to do a mini slimline. And I cut a layer just in white. Oh no, I didn't. I cut it the wrong size. Oh my goodness. Sarah. Because yes, I did totally cut that the wrong size. So hang on a second. Now I have to do a little bit of trimming. So because we do have slimline layers, and you can just cut your slimline layer a little shorter, and then it is a mini slimline layer. We also have the mini slimline layers, but just in white. So, oops, I just dropped my glove. All right. So I've got my layers, which they were cut to fit on the wrong size. So now I'm going to have to trim them up a tiny bit. So hang on a second. I'm going to trim a little bit off of each of my layers, which I had the math figured out, but I figured it on the wrong thing. Oops. Oops-a-daisy.
By the way, if anybody is listening in Wisconsin and you can save eggshells, washed eggshells, you know, after you boil your eggs or whatever you do with your, you know, you're using your eggs for baking. If you want to clean those eggshells and just wash them, that's fine, and then put them in a plastic bag and either get them to
The paper cut.
and
I will get them to my mom.
And we'll get them to me. And I have a friend who is an artist, and he is in recovery after having a difficult year. Anyway, he's making trays and picture frames.
Mosaics, right? Mosaics.
Yes. So he uses those eggshells, and they are in need of particularly white eggshells. So if you're in the Cedarburg area, his mom can pick those up if you just get the information to me, and I will get it to the mom.
Right. Or you'll get the address.
I'll get the address, right.
So.
Or otherwise you can get them to us here at the paper cut, and we'll get them to his mom. And later on I will have a link to his work that's being shown on Etsy.
Okay. So anyways, I'm taking my slimline layer, and I attached all of my layers, you know, my 3 panels to my layer, and now I'm going to emboss it. So I'm going to emboss it after it's attached together, so then I get the whole pattern on my layers. So, okay, hang on, and this is a 3D embossing folder, and I did not adjust my machine to the 3D, so I might have to futz with it a little bit. So let's see, yep. But I'm using my crossover, so it should be pretty quick. Okay, here we go. I've seen people do this where they, do different layers of paper and then they emboss it after the fact instead of just embossing a plain single color piece of cardstock. So I thought that looked pretty cool. Like I said, I was going to do something else as my background. I think I was going to do a die, like a piercing die. And then I was like, oh, I'm going to do an embossing folder because I haven't done anything with an embossing folder. And I thought that looked kind of cool. So I've got that. And I pulled out a circle. Oh, and I have my Mini Slimline Card. And I'm going to just attach that to the front of a card. And then we'll get to the inside of the card in just a little bit. I'm going to do the outside first. And we'll go to the inside, which is this fun little pop-out feature for the inside of a card. Okay. So there we go. And then we have a circle. And now we have our glove and our ball, which I'm not a fan of tiny stuff. So, so this is going to be interesting. I mean, I'm fine with like these because I'm just going to put some glue down there and glue them on. But on this die, the strings right here, I might just pull out a marker because I don't know that I have the patience for that, even with the tweezers. We'll see. Oops, I'm just going to set that in there. Yeah, I like that embossing folder too. That was, we used this, I think it was last year when we did an embossing class. So I don't carry embossing folders, but we did an embossing class, and that was one of the embossing folders that was available. I don't have any more, sorry. And I forget about my embossing folders. So let's do this. I'm going to pull I just took a Post-it note. And I don't want to get glue everywhere, so there's the strings to the ball. But the strings to the glove are probably going to about drive me crazy. That's why I was like, a marker may work for those. This is one of the new sports sets that Brass and Bliss came out with this year, and I just used the pickleball one, but I haven't used the baseball one or the football one. So this was like the perfect time, at Heather's suggestion, when I was going to do something else, and then I was out of it, so I didn't do it. And then I'm like, now I need a different idea. She's like, the Brewers, and I'm like, okay, yeah. Okay, so there's the little ball, and then we have the glove. I am going to make the background darker, and then the strings will be darker because I have a darker brown. So let's just brush blend. I could have done it on a different color, but I decided, actually, I don't want to muck up my, maybe I don't care. I could have done it on a different color brown, but this was just as easy just to die cut. I had some craft sitting here from working on the class, so it's just as easy to color it, or to brush blend it, like one shade darker. I might go a little darker.
Yeah, those Brewers had quite a year, huh?
I don't pay attention a whole lot, but my daughter-in-law does. So as soon as she got home from work yesterday, she turned the TV on, and then Ev was standing on the couch. Jenny put a hat on. Jake had a hat that was like this color, and it was a baseball cap from something else that he must have gotten from a sheet metal vendor. and Eva's jumping on the couch with this oversized hat, yelling, "Go Brewers! Go Brewers!"
I wonder where you
It was
that.
the cutest thing. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Oh my goodness. He made his mother very happy.
Yeah, I bet he did. Oh.
Yeah, jumping up and down on the couch, yelling. And even after, she's like, "Darn it!" After the third out in the bottom of the ninth, he's still yelling, "Go Brewers!" He didn't understand that it was over and it wasn't the outcome that she wanted.
Yeah.
All right, so I might actually have to look at the picture for where the strings go. So I did die cut the strings. I did die cut the strings because the X's are a little bit harder to do. So I might put those on there.
Go Cubs. Yeah, Marion. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Chicago needs to win something here, so.
So I will do the X's, the tied ones, but the rest of them I am going to draw on there, I'm pretty sure. Oh, these are even supposed to be lighter than those. Let's see if I can just make this work. Yeah. Actually, I might color these too, so hang on one second. I'm being very indecisive. There. Because then it'll hopefully match my marker. And if I really muck it up with my marker, I can always put the strings back over the top. Yeah, it's a nice little baseball set. It would make great birthday cards, kids or adults. And like for if you could always make it themed for whatever their baseball team is. That would be very fun. Or softball. Or you could do softball.
Mm-hmm.
I did softball when I was younger.
You sure did, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. All the way.
Girl, the catcher
And then
girl.
catcher, yeah. So yeah, if I had patience, I would do all of those. But I'm going to try to just draw. I mean, it would probably look better with the die cut ones, but I think the
A little bit of postseason trivia.
Okay.
Teams to win Game 1 in any best-of-5 series have gone on to win the series 113 of 156 times. That's 72.4%.
Oh.
In division series with the current 2-2-1 format, teams to win Game 1 at home have advanced 40 of 54 times. That's 74.1%.
Nice.
So, we'll see.
All right. I'm just going to make the lines stand out a little bit more. They are die cut in here, but I'm just going to make them stand out a little bit more. Actually, I could make my strings with the little black Sharpie.
Back to
We're back to where?
your page.
What do you mean?
I was looking at trivia for
Oh.
invitations for a watch party. Yeah.
Oh,
that's-
invitations
yeah.
for a watch party. Who said that?
Kathleen.
Oh, Kathleen. Yeah. A lot of uses. All right, there. We've got my glove, and I didn't have to futz with all the little pieces because, yeah, I'm not a fan of super little. I'll do it every once in a while, but okay. So my glove's gonna go on there, and my ball. Oop! I dropped my ball. Dropped my ball, and now my fingernails won't let me pick it up. Hang on a second. I gotta get to.
Barbara said, I wonder if it would be better to create a stencil of the string and then brush them on.
Oh, that's a good idea too.
That is a great idea,
So,
isn't it?
yep. So hang on. I've got a birthday stamp. So let me stamp a happy birthday. Then we're gonna go to the inside.
Those are true brewer colors. Who said that?
I think Diane did.
Yeah.
Okay, so hang on, I'm just gonna cut my, actually I smooged my happy birthday a tiny bit, so, smooged.
Smooge. Is that different than smudge?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's close. It just sounds funner than smudged.
So what made your doggy get up and greet me this morning? That was pretty amazing.
I said to him, who's here?
Oh. That dog, he usually just kind of looks out, peers out. If it's somebody new, he sometimes gets up and greets.
Yeah, but other times he doesn't. So hang on, I'm working on my happy birthday if I don't smooge it again.
And then my daughter-in-law was here, Sarah's sister-in-law, and she said, well, wait a minute, he didn't get up and greet her. He didn't get up and greet Jenny when Jenny came in.
No. He did greet, there was a pickup this afternoon and he got up pretty excited and greeted that gal. And I didn't say who's here.
Oh.
And he greeted Deanna, the male gal, today too. So I don't know. He's persnickety.
He is, isn't he?
Yes, he is. He can be. Okay, now hang on. Since I've got this here, let's see if this is the, oh, that is the, look at how teeny tiny that one is, but I'm going to put that one on there too. So I'm going to do that one with glue too. I didn't know I was going to use this piece, but I had a little teeny tiny strip. Now with my luck, I will mess something up. Okay, so that I can pop up. So maybe I shouldn't have done almost the whole outside until
Sarah, did you get little Lily's email this morning?
I did. I haven't gotten to
Okay.
too many emails today yet. But all is good. I'm working on, well, besides working on class kits and all that, I'm working on more paperworky type stuff. So, okay, I'm going to wait to put that on, Now we're going to go to the inside of a card.
So this year in dance, I'm doing in March.
So hang on one second, and then you can go on to that.
Okay.
So I'm just going to cut another slimline card, just slightly smaller, that I'm going to attach to the inside, but I want a slight border. So, okay, go.
Okay, go. So this year I'm doing 4 different routines, plus a whole bunch of freestyles, but 4 different routines with 4 different instructors, and my lead instructor, I'm doing a cha-cha with him, which ought to be interesting. And I don't even know who the song is by. I didn't choose the song. One of my choreographers chose the song and asked me if it was okay. And then she said, the title is in Spanish. And she said, do you know what that means, Sue? And I said, no, I don't know Spanish at all. And she said, it means bad girl. And I said, oh, that ought to go good with my Dancing Queen by ABBA routine with one of my newer instructors. And
So-
then I'm also doing,
Margaritaville. 1 margarita, 2 margarita.
Oh, no, I'm not
you're not
doing
doing
that.
that?
No.
Oh, bummer. Okay, well,
Bummer, yeah.
hang on one second. So I'm just attaching our simple pop-out die. So we have this 3 sizes of simple pop-out dies, and this is just going to put a feature on the inside where it kind of pops out. And I'm not sure where I want it, but I'm going to start it here because I want to attach the bat on the inside. So anyways, I'm lining that up with the score of another card that's going to go on the inside. Okay, so anyways, you're doing...
Yeah, it sounds like I'm the belle of the ball. Well, I'll tell you, I'll know more about that come March. So I'm doing a samba, which is 1 margarita. I think that is a samba, but she had already started working on another song,
Oh, okay.
choreographing that. So I'm doing a samba, I'm doing a cha-cha, I'm doing an East Coast swing. I'm doing all rhythm dances this year. What else am I doing? One other one.
Okay,
1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila, 4.
so anyways, our little pop-out feature,
Marion Phillips.
we lined it up with the score, the little slits right here. And then this little pop-out thing. And then I folded my card like it normally goes, and then this little pop-out thing just pops out. And that is just a little thing on the inside that now I can attach my little bat to, and it'll kind of be dimensional on the inside. So when we're attaching it to the inside, see, that's why I shouldn't have totally put my front together, because it's a little bulky when I'm going to attach it. But when I'm going to put tape on the back, I don't want to... Now, I could have scored. I should have actually scored. It would be cleaner if I would have scored from edge to edge right here. But I didn't. I just hand did it, which is okay. It's okay. Nobody's going to tell me I did a bad job.
No.
Especially if I give it to somebody that does baseball that knows nothing about cards. They're going to be like, wow. So, okay. So now I'm putting tape everywhere, but not here. And we have our little pop-out feature. I'm going to try and line my scores up. Okay. And then we have our little pop-out feature right there. And I'm actually going to take some, now I should have scored it, because then it would be straight. Because I'm going to take a little yellow cardstock and just put it so it's going to pop out in color too. And now I could measure that, but I didn't. I need to make it a little bit wider. And I made it narrower. Okay. Now I have some strips. So next week we need to do something with strips. No. Okay. So now I'm just going to attach that. I'm actually going to start on this side and make it the exact size. And then this one I'm going to make a hair longer. And should I just guess at how big that is? Yep. I shouldn't have guessed. I should have actually measured.
So the theme of these songs that I have going on in March, "Beautiful Liar" by Shakira and Beyonce. Beyonce. "Bad Girl," "Dancing Queen" by ABBA, and Jim Croce, "Bad Bad Leroy Brown." I figured we had to get a boy in here someplace, other than Shakira and Beyonce talking about guy. They were both dating the same guy, and they realized that And so, yeah.
All right. I did cut out 2 bats because they're a little, I used a thicker stock, but because it's kind of thinner here, I just wanted to reinforce it a little bit, so I cut out 2 bats.
Awesome idea for the bat. Thanks, Lily. She said, so awesome. It's so cool to see you doing what you love. Yeah, if I could get more people to do what I love, we would really have a party.
Yeah, I think you make a pretty good party.
Yeah.
You have a pretty good party going. And then I did my bat handle. The blue, okay. So the simple pop-out die was on sale, but we still do have them left. It's just not on sale. It was a flash sale item. That's why I figured I would do it. And I don't know what words I'm going to put on the inside, but I figured I would do the little pop-out feature and have the bat going on there. So it's going to take a hot second for the bat to dry. So I'm going to glue it on there. I did an aluminum bat instead of a wood bat. Alright, so let's go back to the front because that's going to take a minute for that to dry. I should have measured my little pieces and cut those better, but that's okay. And I'll worry about a word on the inside later. So let's go to my glove. Now you could take, if you're not mailing this, and the other thing that would be good for this is taking the card, the white backer board that we sometimes do. Do I have any in here? I've used it in classes. The white backer board or the chipboard or even a, that would keep your bat going totally straight. I don't have any in here at the moment. That's handy. I'm looking in front of me for it.
Chickamala is the name of that song. Chickamala. That girl. Yeah.
So, okay. So you can even take a stylus and kind of form your glove. You know, so it's popping out a little bit. But I'm going to attach that with some foam tape. Well, first I'm going to put the foam tape on the back of my circle. Obviously with the foam tape and everything, I'm probably not mailing this card. I should give Kirsten a baseball card next year. I hadn't even thought about that until she came home and turned the TV on right away yesterday. I think I'll put my ball right in the middle of my glove because it's a good catch. Actually, you usually catch it up there. All right. All right, so there we have our Mini Slimline baseball themed card with our little
Nice.
pop-out thing on the inside.
A
So,
watch party.
yeah. Or
Invite.
somebody that plays baseball and the colors of their team,
Mhm.
or somebody that likes the
You know,
Brewers.
that.
Yeah, the bat is fun. But yeah, I think a little piece of the cardboard that I use, the white board that I use every once in a while behind there, would help to stiffen it up just a tad. So anyways, thanks for joining me, guys. We will see you next week. for our Crafters Classroom on Thursday. So it'll kind of be a cross between a Crafters Classroom and a Fun Time Thursday, because it normally would have been our Fun Time Thursday, but we're only doing one class this month. So, okay, thanks guys. See you next week.
Watch for your stuff.
Yep, watch for your stuff. It's almost on its